Welcome to everyone, guys. Now it's time to get underway with this amazing event. And hello, Niall. How are you, man? Greetings. PFL predictions gonna go now. I haven't played betting yet. I will play tomorrow, but probably gonna be Romanov and Taira. But I will see yet. But probably those two. So let's go. It's time to get underway. Alejandro Flores versus Saba Balaji. Alejandro Flores, 23-0, El Galito, fighting out of Mexico, 5'9", 73 inches of reach, VFS Academy, out of Monterrey. Let me see, lost to Rafael Alves. Okay, Alves is a strong guy, Brazilian. Defeated Andy Perez. Christian Londoño. Split decision over Carl Deaton. I remember that one. Yes, I remember. It was a short notice fight. Well, from what I've seen, Alejandro Flores is pretty much well-rounded. Pretty much well-rounded fighter with a great cardio. Not much of a punch power, but his bouts are born to last. Saba Balaji, 14-1, a wrestler out of Frankfurt, Germany, MMA spirit fighter, 5'6". Well, he's gonna be significantly smaller than his opponent, probably massive reach disadvantage. Let me see. Lost to Sasha Scharma, let me see, Felipe Mael, Vilaba, Butunkara. I don't know much about these promotions. I don't follow GMC much. Kick to head of a grounded fighter, Azizbek Satil Baldiev. I've seen this one, kick to the head. I've seen this one, but he was pretty much good in that fight. Lamau Eskiju defeated him via anonymous decision. I don't know much of his opponents, but this wrestling could make a significant difference. Let me check the odds. All right. I think it's worth playing Saba Balaji. I have ads. Just skip the ad. Thank you so much for watching. Skip the ad. Skip the ad. This is the default setting. Just skip the ad. All right. Balaji to win plus 115, or Flores versus Balaji to go the distance. That could be a good pick because none of them are like, none of them are like. What date is this card? There you go, the date. You can watch it on ESPN Plus. I'm copying now. There you go. This is the date. I believe it's gonna be Thursday, right? Yeah, I believe it's gonna be Thursday. So next fight is going to be, let me see, Shaymin Mirage versus Boston Salmon. I almost have no dilemma about this fight. Shaymin Mirage, 13-5-0, 5'8", 72 inches of reach, out of Arizona, but he was born in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He destroyed Lazar Stojadinovic. He was better than Jesse Stern and lost to Brandon Lujan, lost to Andre Fili, Sadiq Yusuf, defeated Huler Say, Matt Sales, lost to Zabit Magomed Sharipov, defeated Palomino, Robbie Peralta, lost to Marlon Moraes. The guy has a decent career. When I said that this guy was going to lose to destroy Lazar Stojadinovic, at least 15 Balkan Peninsula trolls, especially from Serbia, were attacking me on Instagram, and I had to block them all. But in the end, Mirage pulled it out easily. So, yeah, thank you, Niall. Mirage pulled it out easily. So, 8-3-0 for Boston Salmon. 5'9", 72.5 inches of reach, not much of a significant reach advantage. Las Vegas, Nevada, Dogyeon Lee. I remember corner stoppage, he destroyed Dogyeon Lee. At his UFC run, he wasn't the most successful guy. Kali Taha, Randy Costa, easy lost his first round. Lost to Ricky Turcios, Zach Riley. No, he defeated Ricky Turcios via decision. Lost to Zach Riley. Illegal knee against Sean West. Victory. I have no dilemma. I'm going with Mirage here. Let me see. Shaymin Mirage. Minus 210. Mirage to win. Mirage. Shaymin Mirage to win. Shaymin Mirage to win for minus 210. Mirage inside the distance. That is my secondary pick. That is my secondary pick, yeah, guys. That's gonna be my secondary pick. And I'm gonna tell you the next. I'm gonna tell you the next pick. Just I need to take a look at some info. Maybe they're gonna change the order of the bouts just to know. Klitsonabrel versus Adam Carrich. Oof, this one is tough. This is tough fight to pick. Very close odds. Klitsonabrel 15-5-0. 6'2", 75 inches of reach, ATT fighter out of Deerfield Beach. On a cold streak with back-to-back losses to Jamel Jones. No contest against Jamahal Hill, losses to Ankalaev, Gamzatov, victory over Sam Alvey. He defeated Anthony Vyazgin, which makes me wonder whether his ground game is such a brutal, such a successful. Yeah, on a loss to Bruno Cappelozza light. He was losing to high-level fighters, defeating good guys. For example, he defeated Viktor Nemkov. I mean, I can't ignore those facts. Adam Carrich 5'00", 6'2". Team Bird fighter out of Tel Aviv, Israel. Chad Johnson, yeah, he destroyed Chad Johnson at Bellator. Roma Kushnir is the win. Kirill Sidelnikov win and Vladimir Fedin. Ooh, this is a striker versus grappler. Alright, I am going to say Klitsonabrel versus Adam Carrich, not going the distance. That is my pick number 1. Pick number 2, Adam Carrich KO, TKO, or Abrel submission. Like one of these two. I didn't know that Carrich is a pure striker. That kind of shocked me a bit. I was thinking he's an all-rounder. I mean, I watched the guy, but kind of hard to hold all those info inside of your head. It's not easy, man. Not easy. So sorry if I missed something. Please don't get mad at me. I'm forgetting because of those meds, and I'm aware that it might sound a bit funny, but I'm really forgetting a lot lately. I'm really forgetting a lot. So the next fight in the preliminary card, Denis Goltsov versus Sam K. Denis Goltsov, you know the guy, 27-7. The Russian Bogatyr. He weighed 6'5", 78 inches of reach out of St. Petersburg, Russia. Lost to Ante Delia. Priorly destroyed Moderis, Brandon Sales. Lost to Ali Saev, but was better than Jared Rochfold, Kelvin Tiller, Satoshi Ishii. Lost in the finals to Ali Saev, so we right hook to ground and pound. Long-time PFL vet, competed at ACB. Oh, fuck, he destroyed Atanas Djambazo. Yeah, he destroyed my lovely Bulgarian fighter, but he was better. I mean, he was way better. Now he's gonna meet Sam K, 8'5", Sam K, 6'3", 74.8 inches of reach, spike 22 out of Sydney, Australia. But this fighter was born in Tonga. I mean, he's of Tongan ethnicity, and he was born in Australia, but he's of Tongan ethnicity. Sorry. At Hex Fight Series, he destroyed Ricky Bikun and lost to Du Fong Kim, lost to Mike Turner. I think there's a huge difference between these two. This to me sounds like a heavy mismatch. Let me see the odds. Goldsov minus 500. I agree. Denis Goldsov. Hey Tolsk, how are you? Hey, that's a positive debut. Hello, Optimal World. Denis Goldsov to win for minus 500. Goldsov inside the distance. Hey Tolsk, thank you so much. How are you doing, man? Thank you so much for those amazing donations. Yeah, you really made my day. You're awesome. Let me see next. Blochniak, Boba, Jenkins. You know Kyle Blochniak. Kyle Crash Blochniak, 11'5", 5'7", 70 inches of reach. Out of Boston, Massachusetts, Luzon Mixed Martial Arts. He was better than Carlton Minus, Marcus Brimic, Kyle Uruguay. These are all vets. At UFC, unfortunately, 4 losses in 5 outings. Jeremy Kennedy, Zabit Magomed Sharipov, Akeem Dawodu, Sean Woodson, victory over Brandon Davis, and Ricky Barzola, lost to Charles Rose. Blochniak was just a guy with one of the best lucks I've seen. Now I meet Boba Jenkins, 16-5-0, 5'8", 72 inches of reach, Black House MMA fighter. Lost to Chris Wade, but defeated priorly Bobby Moffett. Was better than Lance Palmer at Brave. He had good results, and that loss to Georgi Karakhanyan happened at Bellator at the early stages of his career, but Boba Jenkins significantly changed his fighting style, his movement, staying away from the central line, and he's a bit different type of fighter. If he was able to defeat Gueti Amochi and Jordan Parsons, there's no need to doubt that he's going to defeat the former UFC name, but I would rather go with a neutral pick here. I would definitely rather go with a neutral pick, so I'm gonna say fight starts round 3. Hey, I'm awesome. Golcov. Neki lik iz Samoa, ali totalni je mismatch. Ne znam da mu izgovorim ime i prezime. Sam K, valjda. Kyle Blochniak iz Tonge lik, mislim. Kyle Blochniak versus Boba Jenkins. Let me see. Kyle Blochniak. In Bulgaria is 10:39 p.m. and in Serbia, where I live now, is 9:39 p.m. Kyle Blochniak to win. No, Kyle Blochniak versus Boba Jenkins. Fight starts round 3. That's my first pick, and my secondary pick, Boba Jenkins to win for -265, but not that confident. Like, I'm not super confident on that one, but okay. Lance Palmer versus Chris Wade. Lance Palmer is pretty much known, 22-5. High-level athlete, 5'6", 69 inches, out of Team Alpha Male. Faber coaches him. If you watch 2021 season, then you know the guy. I watched every single fight, like Jenkins, Khabib. These were tough bouts, and priorly at 2019, he scored 4 victories over Luis Rafael Laurentino. That was the only stoppage then. Alexandre de Almeida, Alex Gilpin on 2 occasions. Lance Palmer showed his toughness, like 3 victories over Alex Gilpin, like, so many wins over Alex Gilpin. And PFL 2018, he was having great results. Steven Seiler, Bekbulat Magomedov, Turek Soon, Jumabike, Max Koga, Andre Harrison. I mean, he was defeating everybody in a row, and Lance Palmer is very much well-rounded. Out of Team Alpha Male. Some people say that wrestling is his specialty, but I've seen him doing literally everything. Now, Chris Wade, 27-0, 5'10", 70 inches of reach. Not much of a reach disadvantage. It's not significant. Long Island MMA. Losses to Mavit Khabib, defeated Boba Jenkins, defeated Arman Ospanov, defeated Anthony Dizzy, Nate Andrews, Akhmed Aliyev, lost to Lake Rajkhabov and Nate Schulte. Also, the clash of 2 vets, odds are gonna be close. But I'm a Palmer fan, but just Chris Wade is the favorite. Actually, I like that. I like the fact that Chris Wade is the favorite, because I think I'm gonna pick Palmer on this one. How long? I got all night. Really? That's awesome. I'm gonna stay around 1 hour. Probably around 1 hour, as long as meds start working out. So meds are not working out still. So JJ Tolsk, when they start working out, I'm gonna go to sleep. Probably around 1 hour. Thank you so much, man. Lance Palmer plus 105 to win. That's gonna be my pick for this one. Am I transitioning to main card now? Yes, I'm transitioning to main card. We're gonna chit-chat as soon as I finish the breakdown. We can chit-chat, so no problems, man. Thank you so much for staying here. I mean, very much appreciated. I'm breaking down prelims until minute 15, then transition in just a second to main card. All right. Now I'm going to transition to main card, guys, and then we're going to chit-chat. So you can always ask a question. I will try to respond to everybody if I can. Right now, it's kind of a holiday here as I visited my parents, but I'm always like to spend some time with my fans. A day without the fans makes no sense to me. I'm feeling lonely, man, when I don't have fans. At least once per day. I'm feeling lonely, really. Now Renan Ferreira is going to meet Jamal Jones. Renan Problema Ferreira, 8'2", 6'8", 85 inches of reach. I think John Jones would be jealous. Team Nogueira fighter out of Rio de Janeiro. He destroyed Stuart Austin. He was better than Carl Salmon. Utafa fought no contest against Verdum. Yeah, it was a legal blow. I remember that because Verdum tapped, then let go. No, Ferreira kind of tapped, then let go and finished the fight, which was later reversed to no contest. I remember that. Destroyed Jared Vandera, lost to Brett Martin, lost to Vinicius Moreira. Well, the guy doesn't have the greatest submission defense. Yes, I remember that match. It was a controversial bout. It was a controversial fight. I remember I watched that fight. It was super controversial. Yeah, he kind of tapped, then Verdum let it go, then he finished Verdum. Yeah, I remember that fight very well. I remember now. Jamal Jones, 12-7-0, 6'0", 75 inches of reach. The Brazilian fighter gonna have impressive 10 inches reach advantage. Out of Spokane, Washington, Renan Ferreira is a great wrestler who lost to Bruno Cappelozza via jab to ground strikes. Defeated Klitsonabrel. He was better than Cody Goodale. Tyler King lost to William Knight, lost to Mike Rodriguez. It seems this guy was losing to high-level athletes. High-level MMA athletes were giving him a hard time. So unless Jamal Jones miraculously wrestles his way through Renan Ferreira, I think Ferreira should win this fight without much hardiness. How much is the odds on Renan Ferreira? What? Are you joking me that there is no Renan Ferreira? What the heck? Renan Ferreira minus 400. Ferreira to win minus 400. Or Ferreira versus Jones not going the distance. That's going to be another of my picks. Now we're transitioning to the next battle. And the next battle is going to be between Ante Delia and Matheus Scheffel. Ante Delia fought in the finals, but unfortunately lost to Bruno Cappelozza. Ante walked in trouble Delia 19-5-0, 6'5", 79 inches of reach out of Dubrovnik, Croatia, Gladiator Croatia fighter. Who would say two back-to-back losses to Bruno Cappelozza, victories over Chandler Cole and Dennis Goltsov. That victory over Dennis Goltsov deserves respect, and he destroyed Ollie Thompson at KSW. He was better than Carlson Montafa at 2019 season, was better than Ricardo Prazel, lost to Marcin Tibura. I mean, this guy offers a lot of experience under his belt, but I don't like the fact that he's fighting Matheus Buffa Scheffel. I don't like that at all. 15-7-0. The guy kinda used to be the light heavyweight, but no. Fuck, man. I really don't like the fact that he's fighting Matheus Scheffel. Guy lost to Azamat Murzakanov via Demolition Magician, pretty much easy loss. He defeated Fabio Vasconcelos, Jose Rodrigo Guelquia, Konstantin Andreytsev, but there is one problem. This guy can really take a beating, and his takedown defense is pretty much decent, so that's a reason to worry. He has good counters, good knees, good Muay Thai. But again, if Delia drags this fight to the ground, he shouldn't have much problems. The problem is he gonna be able to drag this guy to the ground? That's a problem. Let me see the odds. Delia is minus 400. I think minus 200 would be okay. Scheffel is not a bad opponent at all. I mean, not a bad opponent at all. Of course, I hope for Delia to win, but Ante Delia, Matheus Scheffel, no distance. Really? Who is he fighting against? Who is gonna be his opponent? That was a brutal KO in Sheffield last night. Yes, I remember that, Robert. An American fella? What are you up tomorrow? Any football referee things? I'm reffing on Thursday. I'm reffing next weekend. Yeah, Thursday and probably Saturday and Sunday. Probably, yes. Tomorrow, no. No, tomorrow, no, because because my colleague is working today and tomorrow and he can't change shifts. So I'm going to rest for these 2 days from reffing. Delia to win, yeah. Look, shifter. Who is that? Never heard of that guy. Wish you luck, man, whoever that guy is. I hope you're gonna defeat him. I don't know, you know what I think about short notice fights, so we talked about that many times. I'm not a guy who supports short notice outings, but wish you a lot of luck, man. I hope you're gonna pull out a win. Let me see. Brandon Ognan versus Ryoji Kudo. Brandon Ognan fighting out of England. 5'9", 72 inches of reach, fighting out of Manchester Predators, Manchester, England. He lost to Movit Kaibulaev via close split decision. He outworked Tyler Diamond. He was better than Shaymin Mirage. In 2019, he was better than David Valiente, Matt Veggie, Bill Geo, and fought some high-level names. Lost to Pat Healy, lost to Tom Duquesnoy. Other than that, at ACB, he showed great performance against Mike Wilkinson. Brendan Ognan, he's a great opponent to deal with. Now, Ryoji Kudo, 10-1, 5'7", way shorter opponent, but is this gonna play a significant role? Well, tried Tokyo MMA fighter, fought at Shoto, fought at Road to 1-2. I think he holds a lot of victories over, let's say, medium-level names. How is he gonna fight against Brandon Ognan? Well, I think Ognan is just better everywhere. That's how I see this fight going on. I just think the guy is better everywhere. So this should be a victory for Brandon. Let me see the odds. This should be a victory for Brandon. Minus 5-0 as expected. Brandon Ognan to win for minus 5-0. That could be a good win for Brandon. I don't see any other outcome, like maybe Brandon to win round 3. If I must give you something. I don't know, this is kind of hard to get a plus value everywhere. You know that very well. I mean, on the piece of paper it can look like a mismatch, but you know that PFL is full of upsets, so... Bruno Cappelozza, 14-5-0, 32 years of age, 6'2", 79 inches of reach, out of Corinthians MMA. João Sao Paulo, Brazil, this guy. He is riding a 4-fight win streak with 2 back-to-back wins over Ante Delia, victory over Modiris, and victory over Jamel Jones. His last loss happened to Jiri Prohaska at Rising via great punch. And Theodoros Augštoulis defeated him. Wow. That's kind of a surprise to me. Theodoros Augštoulis, he's Latvian. He's what is this state? No, Lithuania. He's the same state like Modestas Bakauskas. And he lost to Martin Hamlet. I know, I remember that guy. I've seen his name somewhere. Yeah, he lost to Martin Hamlet. I told he was going to lose to Martin Hamlet. I remember that I've seen his name somewhere. Cappelozza defeated Abreu, defeated Lucas Rosa. Man, so many high-level guys. Lost to Emiliano Sordi. Okay, but his current shape is definitely on point. Stuart, him, and Austin, 15-7-0. 6'3", 77 inches of reach. Cappelozza gonna have slight reach advantage. Titan fighter gym. With foundation style judo, lost to Hinan Ferreira via overhand right. Destroyed Satoshi Ishii, Yuri Andre, lost to Evgeny Rokin, lost to Johnny Walker, lost to Daucha Ungembula. I mean, at TFC, he didn't have such a great success. He also lost to Mark Godbeer. Cappelozza should be a favorite and a massive favorite, minus 500. Cappelozza to win for minus 500. Say Cappelozza inside the distance. Or Cappelozza to win around round 2, something like that could be okay. All right, please, you can proceed with questions. I'm gonna be live for another hour. For another 35 minutes. And yeah, please proceed with questions. I will gladly respond every one of them. Yes, just 1 second. I promise I will reply to your question. I just have to know something happened. 26. Just a second. I'm editing something to save it. Have you ever thought about going to the US in the future and asking fighters questions in the pre-fight press conference like John Morgan and other MMA journalists? That would be cool. Well, maybe not to the USA, but to Europe, absolutely. I'm thinking about that in the future. You know, when this COVID era ends, when I gather some money, why not? If it takes place in Europe, I would gladly do that. I mean, if I collect some money, why not? That would be an awesome idea. I could have done this on a local circuit, but I didn't want to limit my career on Balkan Peninsula. You know, I'm in the great gym. I'm in the best gym in the whole Balkan Peninsula, and their coach is amazing. So I can learn the best things out of MMA. But you know what will I try to do? I will try to pursue at least one fight against some YouTuber, an MMA fight, of course, when I become more popular, because I gave a promise to somebody to. I really gave a promise to somebody like 2-3 years ago prior to getting sick. So at least I would like to do that. If the UFC come to the Eastern Europe, that would be possible. Absolutely, it would grow your channel a lot. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. I know it would grow my channel a lot. That would be awesome. That would just be awesome. So yeah, if it comes to Eastern Europe, I would visit an event. If that's what you're asking me, yes. The answer is absolutely yes. Have you ever? Yeah, but I'm thinking about that. Yeah, fight Jake Paul and retire. Jake Paul would never fight me. Plus, I don't know how to box. But you know, a medium YouTuber, or at least someone who does the same kind of a job. Like, I'm not a YouTuber who sits on video games, if you know what that means. I'm not the greatest fighter in the world, but at least I know some basics of fighting. I'm not a bum, you know. I understand the mechanics, I understand the moves, and but that's when I get better, when my health gets better. I am really planning to do that. Why not? I mean, I issued a promise. I can even do this at the age of 40. That's common misconception. Oh, how's your day been, Robert? How were you on predictions? I was like 6-5 on UFC. Not the greatest day for me, especially with that Mike Jackson DQ win. I think nobody picked Mike Jackson aside of Range Capper. Range Capper was the only guy to pick Mike Jackson to win, and he was right, believe it or not. Like, I even think that he picked Mike Jackson via disqualification. Yeah, he picked that for fun. Literally, he placed a bet on that for fun. Those things are getting kind of bad with the war, and in some places, Corona is still a big problem. Money is low, and everything costs so much money. Yes, it does. How do you think it would go between you and Mike Jackson? If I train seriously, I would have chances to defeat him, but I would have to train seriously for like 1 year with my coach Itzko. 1 year of Spartan training, because I must learn to counter wrestle well. I think I can strike with Jackson, but I think I'm faster and I can strike with him, but my counter wrestling is still, very rocky. Are you a striker or grappler? Definitely more of a striker. More of a striker, definitely. I mean, even if I'm on the ground, I will try to hit. I rarely go for submission on the ground unless I have no other choice. Or when I have to go for sweep, I go for sweep. But I would rather try to strike until the referee stops than, because I'm not a bad grappler, but the problem with grappling is what is going to happen what is going to happen if you, for example, don't finish your opponent. For example, you fish for the Kimura armbar, triangle armbar. What if you miss? You're in a bad spot. And I know to fight off the back, but again, if somebody is good in top control, he's always getting an advantage. You've been working on wrestling. Yes, I'm working. Baltic people are the widest people in existence, 85% DNA native to Europe and West Siberia. I didn't know that. Thanks for that data. I really didn't know that. That's the highest anywhere. Really? Okay, fair enough. I didn't know that. Yes, I'm working on wrestling a lot, especially on cage wrestling, because I was like 0 out of 100 in cage wrestling. I literally had zero knowledge of cage wrestling. That's the hardest part of MMA for me. I mean, it's not MMA wrestling, it's cage wrestling, because like on the cage, it's totally different. When you're on the cage, you can forget about everything you learned, because normal wrestling is not going to work, because your opponent can ricochet off the fence, and if he knows to use the fence to his advantage, he's gonna fuck you up, believe me. Number two, you mustn't attack the leg that is on the cage. You must attack the leg that is away from the cage, that is closer to you, and that's super hard and tricky, because sometimes you can make that mistake unconsciously, and if you make it, you get reversed. And number three, to close your opponent from transitions and rotations, you must anticipate his movement, which is kind of a nightmare. Golso plus Brandon L plus Bruno. I very much agree with that bet. You will be super well-rounded soon. MMA wrestling is tough, super tough. Especially cage wrestling. Like cage fighting, you can forget about everything you've ever known. I agree with that, Parlay, very big deal. You can forget about everything you've known. Everything you have learned throughout the age, throughout the years. When it comes to cage control, cage wrestling, you can forget it. Believe me, you can forget it. For example, if you start striking on the cage, it is not going to work, because, for example, you strike and the opponent ricochets off the cage and grabs you. It's not the same. I have Nordic and Baltic genes and Western European as well. Whoa, awesome. Yeah, you're from Finland. Yeah, Robert, he's from Finland. So I don't know where is Finland in that classification. I think Finland and Hungary have similar language, but your language is so much different than the rest of Europe. I think like Finnish and Hungarian are kind of from the same group of people, but your language is very, very much different. For example, from Swedish, from Norge, from Danish. It's very much different. I also think Finnish is very hard, but I'm not a native speaker. I knew once a person from Finland. She moved to Serbia because her mom was from Finland. But when they start talking, I didn't understand a single word. I only know in Finnish that lutka is some kind of insult. That's one and only thing I know from Finnish. When they say lutka, it's some kind of the insult. I also didn't know that data. It's pretty much okay, pretty much fun. About the UFC, I'm thinking of parlaying Alexander Romanov and Tatsuro Taira. Yeah, it means really. Oh, I know when people were trolling her, when they were saying, "How are you, Utka?" And she was like, "Stop telling that to me." I'm like, "Why are you doing that?" And now I know why they were trolling her. Yeah, Finland is number 2 after Latvia and Lithuania. It might be 1, but Finns are 5 to 10% Siberian Asiatic DNA. No. Well, I didn't know what that means. I was like, nobody told me. They told me that's some kind of the insult. Finland is number 2. Yeah, after Latvia and Lithuania, it might be 1. I didn't know that, Robert, but I'm glad to know that. I wonder where is Bulgaria on that list. Yeah, Finland. Finland is number 2. I wonder where is Bulgaria on that list. Bulgaria and Serbia. Where are they? We are Eastern Slavs, I think. Yeah. We are Slavs, Eastern Slavs. No, we are Southern Slavs. No, Southern. by origin, Southern Slavs. There were Western Slavs, Eastern Slavs, and Southern Slavs. Southern Slavs are Serbia, Bulgaria, I think Macedonia, Croatia, I think, Slovenia. Who else? I forgot. I learned it a while ago. Who else? There are more of them, but I forgot. Sorry, I'm forgetting a lot these days. So I know there are more of them, but I learned it like 25 years ago. Does Valentina Shevchenko have Russian genes? She is from Kyrgyzstan. She should have. Valentina Shevchenko, that is, she should have Russian origin. She was born in the Russian part of Kyrgyzstan. She was from Bishkek. Bishkek is the Russian part of Kyrgyzstan. But I'm not saying that she does, but I believe she does. Bulgaria is genetically in between South Europe and East Europe, like Ukraine and Poland. Ukraine and Poland? Yeah, I know what you mean. Like Ukraine and Poland is on nobody's land, right? Right, we are nobody's land, right? Genetically between South Europe and East Europe, like Ukraine and Poland. So a mixture. I didn't know that. Thanks for that info, man. Like, many people told me that we are like something in between, according to behavior, and I've heard it, but I was thinking, people say everything, but I'm glad you have those kind of info. For example, I have never been good with history, but I did have good grade. I really had a good grade from history, but I only learned when I had to. I was only learning when I had no choice. I had to learn for school, but that's it. What would you say is your top 3 life goals, major life goals? Number 1, my life goal is to get healthy. I'm sorry, guys. I know this is not a life goal, but my goal is to get healthy, because if I don't get healthy, it's gonna get fucked up. So that's my life goal number 1. Number 2 life goal. Well, I don't want to be the best Bulgarian YouTuber anymore, because I am. There's nobody better than me. I mean, there's nobody that influential in the West. So I want to grow this channel. I want to keep the ball rolling, to keep doing this job. But I would like to visit UFC events in the future, or to visit some states. That could be okay. And number 3. I don't know which is number 3. I've never thought about that. Maybe I have my own condo, I have my own house. What else do I need? I'm not like, if I can get along with somebody, I would like to have a life partner. But if I can't get along, then that's not a major life goal. So you can call it a life goal, and you don't have to call it. Marlon Vera submits Rock Font. There is a chance if he drives the fight to the ground. Albania is literally almost the same as Greece, and they're actually more like Greeks and Italians than other Balkan. They're just a little more shifted towards the Slavs than other Southern Europeans. Thank you so much for that valuable piece of info. Have you been to UK? No. Have you ever thought about moving to another country after things get better? Actually, I was thinking about moving to Switzerland or Netherlands, because the mentality here is literally killing me. And there is a lot of freedom in Switzerland, the Netherlands, Germany. People think differently, they live their own lives. And here, like, if you're different, people are going to point finger at you. They're like, ha, 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 this guy is an idiot. And of course, I would like to move to Bulgaria. That is always acceptable to me, because, wait, why? What type of mentality is it there? Okay, I will give you an example, and you will make a judgment. Does it sound okay to you? When I was kicking off in my career, I mean, majority of my fans know this story, but I will tell it to you. I know that you're a newer follower, so I'm going to tell you that story. When I was kicking off my career, people were like ignoring me. They were like, here where I lived, literally, because of this job, some parts of my family disowned me. Not my mom and dad, but other members of family. They disowned me because they were like, you betrayed your state, you are an idiot, you will never succeed, etc. And when I succeeded, when I was able to build something, to do something in my life, they all wanted to become peaceful with me. They all wanted to be big friends again. I lost so many friends. I lost so many people because of this job. Because people are pretty much narrow-minded here. If you're not like them, if you're not a guy who works a state job, he has a wife and a kid, he has a wife and 2 kids, and doesn't work from 9 to 5. They think that you're an idiot, that you're not normal. Nobody's gonna support you. And girls here, they like people with state jobs. This is and believe it or not, when I became famous, all the girls that dumped me, they wanted again to be friendly to me, to reconcile, if you know what that means. But of course, I rejected that. And guess what? Now everybody knows me and everybody are excusing. So that's kind of a shitty mentality, if you know what am I talking about. I think, I hope you understood me. I don't know which better example could I give. Genetics is a very interesting thing. If you look at it on a scatter plot, Bulgaria and Romania is like between Albanians and Ukraine. Really? That's awesome. Who do you like for UFC this weekend? Actually, I like that guy from Okinawa, Tatsuro Taira. I like Alexander Romanov, but I like to watch many of the fights, but I don't have many confident picks. I haven't placed a bet yet. Tomorrow, I'm always putting a bet on Tuesday because my bookie doesn't allow that earlier. Which fight would I like to watch? I'm gonna tell you. I'm really looking forward to Arlovsky Collier. I want to see what's gonna happen to Arlovsky. I'm looking forward to Philly Brito. I'm looking forward to Gina Mazany, Shana Young. I want to see what's gonna happen to Nathan Levy. I really want to see what's gonna happen with Johan Lainez's debut. I would really like to see that. I'm always excited when we have a high level fighters that are showcasing their skills for the first time, if you know what I mean. Oh, I see. I guess the good thing in America is that there is so many opportunities. You can do pretty much everything there. Absolutely. That's the reason why I love America. People are not narrow-minded. I mean, there are people who understand it. There are so many people, even on the internet, they're like, so what? You originate from Bulgaria, we don't care. You like the sport. And that's how it should be. I mean, when I visit this gym, this Achille MMA, they don't care who I am, what am I doing. Their coach literally told me, I don't give a damn what are you doing as long as you're interested in MMA, as long as you don't make problems. That's how it should be. That's really how it should be. It's freedom. Is it Cheeto time? I think it is. There is a chance that Cheeto submits. So I'm thinking either Font KO or Cheeto submission. So this really is a 50-50 fight to me. I think there should be a pick'em. I know somebody has to be a favorite, but I think it's a pick'em fight. I really think is Cheeto time coming? Potentially, yes. Vera is the underdog. I like that. I'm really wondering how much is going to be Vera via submission. And Vera gonna have advantage in the later rounds. I really wonder how much is gonna be Vera via submission, guys. What do you think? Odds are not released yet, but I wonder Vera via submission probably gonna be very, 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 very much. And Font KOTK are gonna be high level. Gonna be high level odd, very big plus. Yeah, but you are like JJ Tolsk. You are definitely right. The good thing in America is the fact that you can do whatever you want and nobody gives a damn. It's your career. There's so many opportunities, possibilities, and if you're an MMA guy, they're gonna respect you. They're like, the guy does his job, and why would I interfere? That makes no sense, right? But mentality here is kind of fucked up. Majority of people still live in the era of communism, which is kind of, I know, man. They're not evolving. Here, people are very, very shy and quiet. They basically mind their own business in life. Does this ever happen in Bulgaria, Serbia? In Serbia, no. In Bulgaria, it depends, but mostly yes. Mostly yes. That's why one of the reasons why I love Bulgaria, especially cities on the sea, because people there are everybody are doing at least one job. Majority of them do at least 2 jobs because they don't believe they're very suspicious, because this is not safe time. War is going on, prices are growing, and Bulgaria joined the European Union in 29, and they influenced us a lot. We changed like a population. If Finland was a person, he would be an introvert. That's okay. That's pretty much okay. An introvert is pretty much okay. But Bulgarians are like, it depends. They are not too shy and they are not too open. They're like something in between. Serbia, they are very open-minded. Like as a people, they are going to talk to you. Everybody are your friends. They are very, very open for conversation. But believe me, in their minds, they are extremely narrow-minded people. Extremely narrow-minded people. Like they live in 1970s, 1980s. Majority of people are like, oh, I must tolerate everything because of a kid. A male should go to work, female should stay at home. I'm like, give me a break, man. Like, really, give me a break. And girls also. And in Bulgaria, for example, if you say to girl, listen, you're going to stay at home, I'm going to work, she will say, okay, our relationship ends here. And she will walk away. No, literally, they are different, very much different. They are more Europeans, according to behavior, if you know what I mean. Would you say that the people are judgmental? Extremely judgmental. Extremely. In Bulgaria, not much. They're like, they accepted me. Where I live, the only problem in the place where I was born, when I go there, the only problem is because I have no peace. Whenever I go on the street, people are like, oh, that's awesome. Let's hug you, Cowboy. Let's take a photo. I'm like, can I at least go running? Can I at least go to run? Please, I need to train. And they're like, I have to take an alternate route when I go running, because I really need some peace when I go there. And people are like, everybody knows me because it's a small place, but it's okay. I'm okay with that. I got used to it, but at least they accept me. Well, now you do have an idea. People are extremely judgmental, especially in smaller cities. Have you ever been in any fights, and how long have you done MMA for? I've competed in Taekwondo for a very long time. It's like I had very, very many fights, 100, 200, I don't know, so many fights. I was the vice champ of my state. In kickboxing, I had 2 amateur fights, 1 win, 1 loss. In MMA, I have never competed, but I train it for a pretty much prolonged period of time. I'm training it more for, my personal preference, but I joined this dojo like maybe 3-4 months ago. I also trained BJJ for 2 years, so I can't say that I have much experience in the MMA. But in Taekwondo, kickboxing, I do have a lot of experience. But of course, you need to be well-rounded, so that's one of the reasons why I learned MMA wrestling now. Train at a local dojo, so yes, I am training. Tomorrow training in the morning, and on Wednesday I will be going to an evening training session. And only wrestling. I only do wrestling. That sucks. So what would you say is your dream country to live in? Netherlands, Switzerland, any other? Netherlands and Switzerland. A lot of freedom. Vitaly Klitschko was heavily underrated. I agree. He was. Netherlands and Switzerland or Germany. Those 3. 1, Netherlands. Extreme freedom. 2, Switzerland. And 3, Germany. But Western Germany, not Eastern Germany. Western Germany, like maybe Sachsen-Anhalt, maybe Hanover, Hamburg, something like that. These are my dream states to live at. Netherlands, Switzerland, Germany. Of course. Of course, Bulgaria. That's in my heart, guys. Sorry, just origin. I love my state. Think living in those types of countries would take a lot of stress out of you, bro. Yes, it would, man. Believe me. I'm taking those meds and I'm feeling way better. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling way better, but judgmental people are like, extremely judgmental and extremely annoying. That's not something I like. That's not something I like at people, but can't change them. They are just extremely judgmental because people are like, what can I say? There are too many idiots in this world. What can I say? Extremely, extremely judgmental, especially if you're different like me. They're extremely, extremely judgmental. And of course, Netherlands, Switzerland, Germany, you go to work and nobody gives a fuck about you. This is a perfect society. You can do whatever you want. Prostitution is legal. Everything is allowed. You have so many ways to earn money. Do you need something better than that? No way, man. Nobody needs something better than that. I mean, they let you do everything if you pay taxes. That is awesome. Just pay tax and do whatever you want as long as you don't break the law. That is awesome. And here, whatever you do, they judge about you. So, what's like the worst thing a fan or some other person has said about your career choice? I hope nothing too bad. Well, some guys from my family disowned me. That was the worst thing that happened to me. What did the other person tell? It's some shitty things like you will never succeed, you will never be famous globally, nobody will ever want to be with you. And believe me, girls are writing to me like on their own, you know. Like 2 years ago, everybody dumped me when I was starting. Now they are writing on their own. Believe me, like it's kind of, you know, popularity can suck from time to time. It can be good. I mean, for some people, it can be good, but I'm introverted, you know. I'm introvert. Like you said, Finland is introvert. So I'm introverted too. So I'm not the guy who handles popularity pretty much well. I got used to it, but I will need a bit more time to get used to it, if you know what I mean. I would also be introvert if that was your question. I would also be introvert, just like Finland. Man, those people are just saying that because of anger inside them. True, it's their problem. Absolutely, that's what I said them. That's what I told to them. Like, you have a problem with yourself, guys. Literally, you have a problem with yourself, and I'm like, but you. When I became famous, guess what? All those people from my family were like, let's reunite, let's have peace. We didn't mean to do that. Well, that was my response. And I'm good with my mom, I'm good with my dad, I'm good with one of my aunts, and I'm good with my uncle. And interestingly, my uncle likes Serbia a lot, but he hasn't disowned me. He was like, this is your career choice, man, I must support you. He has never liked it, but he is awesome, you know. He's an awesome person. He's a bit like family man, etc. But he said, I will never disown you because of the color of your flag, because we are family. And he's a great uncle. Good evening. How are you, James? That was the worst thing that happened to me. I think it can't be worse than that. Like, if you're asking what the regular people telling to me, I can read your messages if you want to, but it will take a lot of time. I need to take my phone but I will need a lot of time to read you all kind of messages. I can repeat some of them. Like, stop doing that. You need to stop. Nobody gives a fuck about Bulgarian. Some things are related to my state mostly. But there is one thing, you know, when you mention Bulgaria in MMA community, I guess I'm pretty much evenly ranked with Blagoy Ivanov. And some people has heard of me, but haven't heard of Blagoy Ivanov. So that's a big success. I have to tell you that that's a massive, massive success. Like, people are saying you have no follow in your homeland. You have, who gives a fuck, man? I have a global follow. My dream is a global follow. My dream is one day that people remember a crazy Bulgarian guy who did something in the world of MMA. You know, maybe it's also rare to do this job in Bulgaria. It is very rare. Usually, people judge things that are unusual in life. It is very, very unrare. It is very, very unusual in Bulgaria, but people are more open-minded. In Bulgaria, people are like, "Do you have a job? Yes. Don't give up. Battle it out. Never give up." That's their mentality. Serbia is this. Do you have a job? Yes. Do you have a state job? No. You're a bum. Well, you're more famous than a main card fighter at MSG. True, but in MMA community, I mean, okay, you have all heard of Blagoy Ivanov, but ask some casual MMA fan who watches YouTube, etc. Have they heard of me and have they heard of Blagoy Ivanov? Because many people told me that they heard of me and haven't heard of Blagoy Ivanov. So yeah, but you know, that's an inspiration for me. It makes me happy. Palestine is well known worldwide. Thank you, Ginge. Have you ever been on the news in Bulgaria? I feel like a lot of people know you there. Yes, I've been once. Only once. It was like when I was traveling, not this past summer when I was traveling. Yes, I've been past summer, but only a brief interview. It was a brief interview and only like 30 seconds, unfortunately. They didn't give me more time to talk, but they just introduced me with who I am, what am I doing. That was one of the days when I got 30 subscribers, I was wondering why I got 30 subscribers that day. I usually don't get that much, I usually get 100, 200 per month. On that day, I got 30 subscribers, and then I realized why I got so many subscribers, because of that report, I think. But it was only 30 seconds. Like, they only said something like, oh, there's a Bulgarian guy who likes MMA, he's a commentator, he's a podcaster, interviewer, you can visit his channel there, he's doing a great thing for our state, and that was all. Like, 30 seconds. That's all the public attention. But this kind of public attention is better for me than that kind of public attention, because your global community, like, I mean, okay, I respect my state. I want to say thanks because of that, but absolutely, this popularity is way better than popularity in my own state, because your global community, that's got a piece of those guys saying you're a failure now, you're more famous than actual ranked fighter from Bulgaria. Oh yeah, it pisses them a lot, man. And everybody, I want to give a shout out. Please follow this guy on social media. Please follow this guy on Instagram. He is the Balkan fighter with the greatest number of followers online. He gave me a shout out in his story, like, I think it was 2 days ago. I'm gonna check my phone. I think it was 2 days ago. He put my Stockton slap in his story, so I'm gonna show you his profile. See, that's his profile. Just follow him if you can. I don't know whether you can see it. Just follow the guy, okay? You see, this is the guy with the greatest number of followers in Balkan Peninsula. He posted one of my clips at his story, so please, if you can, give him a follow. Yeah. Look at the amount of interviews you have done, and also who you've interviewed. You're very well known in the MMA community. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. But I had to quit interviews for some period of time because of my health. But of course, I plan to get back. But right now, this year is more. I want to get healthy in the first place. When I get healthy, I can do whatever. But this year is for recovery, and this year is for more integrations, for betting, for getting into the spirit of things, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I was interviewing a lot of names, and got to give a shout out to James Lynch and John Hyun Ko. They really helped me a lot, and especially James Lynch. I learned a lot from him. Who is the most popular fighter you have interviewed? Gilbert Burns. Yes. There were also other high-level fighters, but Gilbert Burns is the most popular. Definitely Gilbert Burns. I mean, there were many other high-level UFC names. How did you even get the chance to talk to him? I was lucky. I was just lucky, because one of the guys told me how to contact him. One of my close business partners, and he was a great guy, really. This side of the MMA community is fantastic. The toxic side, I can't stand. Same. I remember Bruno from last season. He was a beast. Oh yeah, he was. Bruno Cappelozza outworked Ante Delia in his in the first match, and then he destroyed him in the first match via knockout. Then in the final, he won via decision. Yes. Well, let's say I was very lucky. One of the guys told me how to get in contact with Gilbert. So yeah, I was very lucky. Gilbert had a lot of followers. So back then, I was like, man, this was a really, really big success for me. But yeah, I was trying to get in touch with some other guys. Sometimes I was okay, sometimes I was not okay. But, I like prospects too. I'm also a fan of prospects. So also, Jasmine Jezudevicius is getting more and more known. I've had Gustavo Lopez, I've had Andre Ewell, I had Julian Marquez in my show. I had many high-level fighters. I had Coach Mark Montoya. I had Coach Mike Winkeljohn. Oh, that was one of the greatest successes I was ever having. Coach Mike Winkeljohn. I had Ricardo Liborio. I had this guy who runs RSFC, Fernando Lopez. Yes, Fernando Lopez. I cannot stand toxic people. I have noticed that I become more like the people that I'm around with. It's crazy, bro. This is why I have lost 99% of my friends. Man, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I have no friends, and I'm perfect with that. Believe me, since I have no friends, I'm feeling amazingly. I'm feeling amazingly since I have no friends. And my doctor told me, listen, Vlad, you've changed some things in your life and it affected you. So you know what that means. I appreciate your wealth and depth of MMA knowledge from the top to the bottom. You know a lot. Thank you, man. I'm trying to improve my MMA knowledge every day. I'm watching UFC and Fight Pass every single day. I'm always learning something new. I'm always getting into the spirit of things. I'm not a guy who's gonna learn one thing and saying, "Oh, I know that, I know that." I know nothing. Believe me. Every day I believe. Listen, let's update it. Update, constant update. The sport is changing, guys. The sport is changing, believe me. Every single day you see a change. Sometimes solitary is better, but no negative people to see. Well, it is. I can find girls like for sexual intercourse. I can find that they're writing on their own, believe me. Like when you're very popular, they're writing on their own. But the other side of that popularity is because everybody wants something from you, and it's kind of annoying, like on a Red Cross. So it's better to have no friends when you're popular, believe me. I'm not saying you, I don't want to give you a false piece of advice. Maybe you should have friends, but when you're famous, having friends is a problem. Learning to be alone and being happy is so important. The stress levels have gone down ever since I have less friends. Oh, yeah, man, absolutely. Absolutely, man. And the doctor told me like, Vlad, if no friends situation makes you happy, go for it. I'm like, okay, and I'm even happier when I have no friends. Believe me, I'm far happier being alone. As long as I got my dog and YouTube, I'm great. That's awesome. That's awesome. How is your puppy doing, by the way? How is his arthritis? Like arthritis, right? Or we say arthritis here. I don't know how you say arthritis, right? Sorry, man. I can't pronounce some words. But you have us, lad, haha. This is why the internet is also a blessing. Oh, yes, it is a blessing. You can connect with people outside of your country. Absolutely. And it makes me so much happy because I love this community. I love this community because sometimes people correct me, when I make a mistake. And that's very important. It's very important when people correct me. I really love when people correct me when they say me that I'm making a mistake. I can accept a criticism from a real fan. I can always accept a criticism. For example, Velik versus Jana Jadrzejczak, Jamie, you know the guy, he's very often in the chat. He told me, I don't know what I picked, and he told me, Vlad, it's a 3-rounder, it's not a 5-rounder, and I've changed the thumbnail. I don't know what I said, I forgot, but I've changed the thumbnail thanks to his criticism. So it was a great example of positive criticism because I really made a mistake. I thought it's a 5-rounder, and then he told me it's a 3-rounder. I was like, okay, then I'm going to switch the thumbnail. He is good, thanks. Yes, arthritis, what? He just by the window waiting for his Chinese takeaway to come. Really? Oh, that's awesome. So your dog can even smell that. That's interesting. It's so interesting. Why is it always way easier to find the right people for you in the internet? Does anyone know? I don't. But it's always easier via internet. I'm telling you that 100% it's easier via internet. And that's not a joke. I'm dead ass, guys. That's not a joke. Egg fried rice. He's a dog. Do dogs eat that? I was thinking he's a dog. Interesting. I've heard that for the first time. I was thinking that there is a special food for dogs. Like here, we have special food for dogs. It's safe for him to eat. Okay. I didn't know the dogs eat such pieces of food. I really didn't know that. I know way more about cats than dogs. I mean, dogs are cute too, but I don't know. I kind of afraid of dogs. I can pet them, but the neighbor above me, he has Malinois. And I was like, okay, can I pet him? Is he not gonna bite me? And he said, of course he's not gonna bite you. And then he yelled, lay. And the dog laid. He said, as long as I'm here, he's not going to move. You can do whatever you want. And the dog wasn't moving. Like, his dog is super trained. He listens to every single command. He only doesn't listen when the owner is not here, but when the owner is here, he listens to everything. He's like extremely intelligent dog. I mean, like, he's a human. He listens to every single command. This dog isn't a normal dog. Crazy intelligence on him. Literally, whatever you say, he listens. He's like looking to you like this. And you order something, you say sit, he instantly sits and watches at you. Like, super intelligent dog. But my neighbor told me that's a trained dog. He said I was training him when he was very young. He actually paid those trainings. Like, he says you can pay a course for dog, like a course for dog training. But literally, whatever you do, whatever he says, he listens to every single command. I don't know how is he so smart. Like you're having a human. Literally, not even like you're having a kid. Like you're having a human, believe me. Like it's human next to you. Whatever you say, he listens. So is Loki listening to you, or he can be stubborn from time to time? Hey, Vlad, I just got home from the gym. How are you, Jamie? I was just talking about the correction of Eli Zheng versus Yana Dozhechak, and thanks for that correction. I was just telling how important can be the power of correction from the fans, because, I'm not error-free guy. I can also make a mistake, and sometimes I'm tired, guys. I work 3 jobs, so sometimes I can be very tired. And sometimes I'm not tired. It depends, but on Sunday, I was like, I just woke up. I recorded it. I'm like, all right, let's record it and let's go to the match. When I came, I was like, oh, what the heck did I do? Yeah, I thought it was a good idea. Absolutely, absolutely. You can always tell me. I mean, that kind of the correction is okay, is awesome, because when I'm super tired, there is a bigger possibility of making a mistake. On Sunday, when I woke up, I was like this, When I was in the match, I was like this, and I haven't slept whole night, and it kind of affects me. It affects my hormones. How do you have so much energy while having 3 jobs? Do you drink coffee? Only in the morning. He's stubborn and he understands everything. He listens to my phone calls. So I got to talking call. But now he's worked the code out. Oh, well, I think you also have how do you say, not normal dog if he listens to your phone calls. That's funny. Like, my friend, I need to do something, Vlad. I'll be back like 20 minutes. I will probably finish this live in around 7-8 minutes, because I need to go to sleep later. So, but thank you for stopping by anyway. That's funny. Like, my cousin, he has a cat, and for example, when he watches the TV, when cat wants to play and he ignores the cat, like, he's like, give me a break. The cat stands in front of TV and doesn't want to let him watch. The cat stands in front of TV and like this, doesn't want to move, like, but not like this, like it's TV, cat stands like this, so not like this, and doesn't want to move. Oh, okay, have a good evening. You too, Jamie. Like, but it's funny. It's funny. The cat is like, very funny cat. She doesn't want to listen. If he ignores the cat just stands in front of TV and doesn't want to let him watch the TV. But animals can be fun, can be intelligent, really. Yeah, that's funny. But his cat's name is Moses, though, like Moses, like a Moses from the Bible. And I asked him, why did you ask him Moses? Why did you call him Moses? And he said, because he is extremely stubborn. I'm like, why? When we don't do the way he wants, he doesn't want to let us sleep. He doesn't want to let us do anything around the house. He's like, he can be very, very stubborn and hard to deal with. Yeah, they call him Moses. That's a good name. I like to call him a stubborn creature. I call also friends cat. They have names, but I say like this. In Serbian, of course, I say a stubborn creature. Cats think they are gods. That's true. Yeah. Oh, look at these guys. They give me everything. I'm God. And dog is like, look at these guys. They give me everything. They are gods. But cat is funny when they say, I am God. But cat literally, when I say a stubborn creature, cat literally raises ears. Cat's ears perk up. Her ears, cat's ears perk up when I say a stubborn creature. And I was reading in cat's language, it means I'm protesting. I know what you do. I know what you said. Like, don't insult me. Or when you're talking about the cat, she's like, ears like perk up. But that's funny. That it means I know what are you saying. Stop doing that. I am protesting. But that's very funny. But these are just kitty cats. Yeah, we have. Oh, James. Oh, look at this! How intelligent he is. He doesn't want to move. It's funny. It's funny. It's so funny. Oh man. This puppy made my day. It's so funny, man. But I like to say, nice puppy. That is Ginger. Nice puppy. Oh. But it's fun. I said to him, give Vlad a kiss, and he kisses the camera on the phone. I've seen that. I've seen that, man. So it seems he understands everything you say. Like, I've heard when you said that. I must say, nice puppy. How is that puppy so intelligent, man? How did you learn him all those commands? I've heard when you said that, but I don't know how he knows that. Like, it's great, absolutely, but how, man? Yeah, nice puppy. Yeah, ears are perking up. That's a sign of protest of the cat. Like, I'm protesting. I know what you said. I'm very glad that your puppy gave me a kiss. He looks like a nice puppy. Very much looking like a nice puppy. But I didn't know that dogs like to watch through the window. I haven't heard that dogs are doing this. I know cats like sitting on the window and watching, but like I didn't know that the dogs do that. But dogs are pretty much playful. Dogs are pretty much playful people, so playful animals. What time are you walking tomorrow? I hate early mornings only when I have not slept. What time are you waking? I must wake up early, like around 7, 8 a.m. because I have some obligations. But I'll have to go since his intelligence is like that because I've always spoken to him like a human. That's awesome. That's awesome. Really awesome. Okay, when you have not slept, that's okay. I also don't like early mornings, but I must get up because I have some other job. Tomorrow I'm doing some other job, but I will probably train during the day. And of course, UFC discussion will be around 7 p.m. Eastern time. 7 p.m. Sorry, 7 p.m. my time, around 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern time, which is around 6 p.m. UK or 7 p.m. Central European time or 8. I will see. I will probably have UFC discussion tomorrow. So I will probably train throughout the day sometimes when I grab some time because I'm working some job tomorrow. I must write some articles, etc. So when I grab some free time, I will, of course. And in the morning, I have a wrestling class, just to know. In a very early morning, I have a wrestling class, so that's why I must go. Right now, I must go. Tomorrow, I'm learning takedown defense, just to know. And on Wednesday, I'm training cage control, and cage evading. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being with me. And I will see tomorrow when will I train. If tomorrow I will train striking because I have wrestling at the dojo. I'll probably train striking online. And Wednesday I'm going to the club. I'll let you know about my other plans. Soon UFC 274, I cannot wait. Tony versus Chandler, Rose versus Esparza, and Charles versus Justin. Absolutely, I can't wait either. 2 title fights. All right, guys. Have a great day, everyone. Catch you later. And tomorrow, I don't know which time exactly will I train. Probably throughout the day. In the evening, I will break down UFC. So please, for evening, tune in, everybody. I will post on Twitter or you will see. But for training, I don't know when will I be free, and it depends on my level of energy, of course. Have a great day, everyone. Night, and catch you later.